coming to you from my in-home studio. And I am looking for my second, third, fourth, and fifth grade. You guys have a choice this week. You could do your plate circle weaving, or we could do a cup bowl weaving as well. So it's super important that you have a paper cup or bowl. You could use plastic, and it is a little bit more difficult with plastic, but anything that you can use a pair of scissors and cut the bowl or cup with is all that you need, okay? I'm also going to use a marker, tape, and then you need, obviously, of course, ready? Yarn. So I'm going to put this up here because I am going to use it in just a little bit. Don't worry about that right now. We're going to stick with odd numbers, and you're going to use the rim of your cup or your bowl, and you're going to mark 7 or 9 tick marks evenly spaced all the way around your bowl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 9 fit best on mine, and it's going to look something like this. Those 9 little tick marks all the way around. And you're going to cut those tick marks a straight line down to the base of your bowl. You want to leave about a centimeter or so at the bottom so that you keep the structure of the cup or plate, cup or bowl. I bought these ice cream cups for a party this spring, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to have it, so why not use it for our project? So now I have these little pieces that are cut all the way around, and they kind of all end at the same place at the bottom. Okay, that is how we make our warp, which is the strong skeleton-like structure for the weaving itself. Then you're going to choose the color of yarn you want to use for part of your weaving, at least the bottom part. So I'm going to use some pink because I miss fun. I love pink, especially when it's super bright like this. And you're going to want to use your tape at this point. Okay, we're going to tape our yarn at the bottom of our bowl. So I'm going to put it through one of the cracks. Going to tape it at the bottom, right? Let it come out of one of them, kind of pull it snug. And we're going to go over the bowl, under the bowl. Make sure it's pulled down to the bottom. Over bowl, under the bowl. Okay, so you're going to kind of push these from the inside and the outside to be kind of tight at the bottom of your bowl. You're going to do this all the way around. Okay, it takes a moment to get used to it, but then after you get into the hang of it, you're going to start moving a lot quicker, and you could do this while you're watching a movie, or if someone's cooking dinner and you're sitting at the table and talking with them, that gives you the chance to work on this. And this is something you don't have to finish when you start it. You could work a little bit on it, and then you can take a break and go work on something else. A lot of times I suggest you guys, like during testing season or just like any time that's super stressful in your life, that you take a break and you do something that's kind of mindless. You don't have to think a whole lot about, you just gotta do it. And I think this can be one of those things for everyone. Okay, So as you can see, because I did an odd number, there's a pattern forming. I have one, double, one, double. And what that does, it's alternating. Same thing on the inside, it's alternating when it's on the outside of the cup and when it's on the inside of the cup. And the only way that was able to happen was when we cut odd number around the bowl. If I had an even, then it would be almost like a stripe. You would have a panel of the raw cup because all the string was always on the inside, and then you're going to have a totally covered panel. So make sure that you cut the odd number around. And so I'm going to play some music, and I'm going to keep weaving until I get to the end, and then I will show you how we change the color of our yarn if we want to do stripes or different types of yarn as we go. So I'm getting to where I'm close to the end of my yarn. This is what it looks like, which is super cool. Now I'm going to choose a different type of yarn or string to go around. I have this really neat, like multicolored, so I'm going to use this one next. You are super lucky because it's really easy to change. You just have to tie a square knot, all right, and tie your two strings together. A square knot is a fancy word for a regular knot. All right, cut them, and then you're going to continue weaving that same direction, the same way you have been, over and under, and then you're eventually going to feel the knot, and hopefully it will be awesome and it will go towards the inside. And that way we don't have to kind of cover it, okay? So keep going, weaving around, over and under, over and under. Change your yarn as much as you want. If you're like, man, I wanted my bright pink stripe to be a lot bigger, then just cut some more and tie it on, and it's gonna look like you have this giant piece. But if you have a really long piece of thread, sometimes it makes it really hard to continue to weave. So I would stick with small, shorter pieces and just continuing to kind of tie them on. This is working is every time we're going in and out, we're creating an X in between our cut pieces. So we're rebinding the cup or the bowl together again, which I think is super interesting and neat. And I don't know, I think these are really cool. They're just different. They're very unified and clean and very fun to touch. You can add beads, you could add charms. I don't have any right now, so I'm not going to, but I can keep picking my colors. I think I'm gonna try this guy. I'm gonna end with pink. So let's see how far this guy goes. This was the last color I wanted, and so I want to go ahead and do this all the way until I get to the top. So I just have to, in the closer you get to the edge, it's really easy to kind of miss some, so just be careful and make sure you're continuing your pattern. You're going inside the cup, outside the cup, inside the cup, outside the cup. And you're making sure you're pressing all of your weaving down. And I like keeping the rim of the cup intact so that it still has like a nicer finish or edge to it. There's some pictures where people like braided yarn and glued it to the edge, which is also something really neat. I think I'm going to add pom-poms to mine, which I can show you how to do at the end if you want. So I need to keep going. I need about the same amount of pink still. So let me get some more. I think that's kind of my end. I'm going to cut the extra I don't need off, and whatever I have left, I'm actually going to tie onto a previous piece. Okay. And after I tie that knot, I can trim off the extra. I also tried my best to weave all of my like loose ends when I tied off for new colors. So if I want to, I can go in and kind of trim those and make those smaller as well. Just be careful that you don't accidentally cut part of the weaving out. So here's my final, mine's more of a bowl, but a cup. And let me show you how to make a pom-pom really quick, because I'm going to add a pom-pom to mine. This citron color is my favorite, so I'm actually going to make a pom-pom out of that. And pom-poms take quite a bit of yarn, just a hedge up, okay? Let's take a big chunk of your color. You want 4 fingers. You're going to wrap your yarn around your 4 fingers. Try to make it this not super tight, but just wrap it all the way around your 4 fingers, the whole way. Okay. Make sure you still have your ends for me. Okay. I'm going to take it off of your hand and put them together. Okay. And then you're going to use a smaller piece of that same color, like so. And let's go down to the down camera so you can really see what I'm going to do next. I'm going to lay down that straight yarn first, and I'm going to put the looped yarn on here second. I'm going to tie the straight yarn on it really tightly. Okay, I'm going to tie a knot. Okay, and I'm going to do that about 2 more times. I'm going to flip it over and tie super snug. And I'm going to tie that knot. And then I'm going to flip it over 1 more time. Tie snug. Almost looks like a bow or a butterfly. Okay. I'm going to leave these really longer than these guys because I'm probably going to use them in a little bit. Try to find your loop again on one end, and you're going to take a pair of scissors. going to cut that loop. Okay. Over here, same thing. You're going to try to find your loops, pull them, and then cut them. And here comes my crazy pom-pom. Told you I was going to make earrings out of these one day. And then I'm going to actually add my pom-pom to my bowl. Now, if yours is too big or you want to trim yours, you can do that. But those two long pieces I had, I'm going to use to tie them on. I'm going to figure out where I want my pom-pom to go. Let's say like right here. Use your fingers and kind of pinch and pull. You're going to put your yarn through like underneath your woven bowl. There we go. And then I'm going to find the other really long piece. I'm going to tie those tightly. And after I tie those tightly, I'm going to kind of match the length to the rest of my pom-pom pieces. Hold on one second. And here you go. There is my woven bowl or cup, whatever you chose to use as your warp, now is a woven masterpiece. So you guys have that choice this week. You can either choose your bowl, which I highly suggest is super fun. It takes a little bit more time, but it's super rewarding, or the circle weaving, which is really cool too. So I hope you enjoyed the videos this week. I look forward to seeing you guys, and I miss you so much. So enjoy this week, go outside, make sure you get your physical activities. For Coach Gray, I know she is super eager to see what you guys are doing, so take photos of your actions and make sure you send Miss Brackney her music stuff, and I love seeing your artwork. So thank you guys for tuning in with me. I look forward to seeing you guys next week and checking out the masterpieces you send me. Toodaloo!